He on top of the house, right? With it.
All right. Our very next contendant. This team in the NBA has been known for some of the best players to play for this team. We'll go as far as Bill Walton, Clyde Drexler, Dame Time. LaMarcus Aldridge played for this team.
Scottie Pippen,
CJ McCollum. I could go on down the list about who I'm talking about, but I think the names I've said are more than enough for you to know exactly who it is. It's the Portland Trailblazers. Now, if you want to say, well, David, they traded away their best piece. Yeah, I get that. But if you guys remember on my show, I put in the Washington Wizards and the Detroit Pistons. Any team can get it. Don't matter if you're tanking or not. So, you want to know why I have the Blazers in the doghouse?
Why, David? Why?
Let's just say they haven't won a single game in the month of February. They are 0-12 in the month of February. You want to know the games that they played against? So they played against the Nuggets on February 2nd. They lost 120-108. They played against Denver again on the 4th, lost 112-103.
They don't like McDonald's.
They played the Detroit Pistons, the team with the worst record in the NBA right now, 128-122 in overtime. They lost to the New Orleans Pelicans, 93-84. Couldn't even get 100 points. They lost to the Minnesota Timberwolves, 121-109. This is the best team in the West, so can't be too mad at that. Then they lost again to Minnesota the very next game on the 15th, 128-91. Couldn't even get 100. Lost in Denver again, 127-112.
They
lost to the Charlotte. Yeah, they played them 3 times.
Jesus Christ, schedule.
Lost to the Charlotte Hornets, 93-80. And they lost to my Miami Heat, 106-96. What is going on in Portland? You went and drafted Scoot Henderson, to replace what you had with Damian Lillard. You went and signed. What is this? No, you traded for this guy. The guy that used to play in Phoenix. Tony, you know who I'm talking about, the center.
The center?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know you're talking about. I can't think of his name. I know you're talking about.
Carl, you know who I'm talking about.
But that's not really a real trade though.
Hey, it don't matter. They traded for him. And I remember your quote when you decided to not trade. Yeah, DeAndre Ayton. Thank you, Vaughn. That's my guy. My man, RBO only. DeAndre Ayton. Went and traded for DeAndre Ayton. And this was your quote, Joe Cronin, when you decided not to trade Damian Lillard to his destination in Miami. And I'm not upset that you didn't trade him to Miami. It's just what you said. What you said was that you wanted to still have a team to compete. It don't look like your team competing right now. It looks like they're competing to get a top pick. That's what it looks like. So
I mean, that's the competition.
Yeah, there you go. They got some competition. They got the Hornets that they got to battle with. They got the Detroit Pistons, the Washington Wizards. Those are teams you're competing with right now. So I guess that's maybe it's my fault. Maybe I didn't understand what you meant by competition. Maybe you meant competing for the top pick. Okay, if that's what you meant, then I get it. If that's what you get, is that what you get? Then I get it. I get it. But it makes me chuckle a little bit to see that the team that didn't give me a player that I like, that wanted to come to Miami, is losing really bad, really, really bad. So
let me pull the violin out for you because you seem to be a little salty about that.
I am very salty, very salty. I said I wasn't, but I lied. So go ahead and bring the violins on. Put a little tear in my eye. But it's all good because my Miami Heat still are one of the best teams in the East right now. We're top 5 right now, so good to see where we are at the moment. So we are playing the Nuggets right now. Don't know what's going to happen in that game, but hey, I'll tune in after this show is over.
You should be good at fights.
Hey, as long as Jimmy out there, there's definitely a fight possible. So Tony, what's your thoughts on the Blazers?
Is anybody really thinking about him? like, I'm being real. Like nobody really thinking about them, right? They are. I mean, I don't know, man. There's not. I mean, but let me give a different perspective of this. Man, they play a brutal schedule. Like just thinking about the people the teams that they play, that's a pretty brutal schedule. You know what I'm saying? Now, I can see that they were competitive in some of those games, right? But I mean, it's pretty brutal, right? It's a pretty brutal schedule for a young team, and they ain't really got nobody up there. You know what I'm saying? Like
Hey, look, hey, all I'm saying is they said that they was going to compete.
I
That's
know
what
they
he said.
said, but I
So
mean, you can pretty much you have a you remember in wrestling when what's the guy's name? The guy that be coming out there, Raw, whatever his name is, right? Braun Strowman. Remember
yeah,
when he came out there and faced the two what were they I can't think of their names, but he faced two wrestlers and they took out his partner. He went and grabbed a little kid from the audience and they came in and they won the tag team titles and stuff like that.
oh yeah,
Yeah, remember that happened? That's pretty much
uh-huh.
the Blazers. That's what they can go into the stands and probably get people out the stands and they could probably come in there competing for that whole spot on that team. Like I mean, the Pistons are even playing better. You know what I'm saying? I was in there hollering about what was that last week's show? I was in there joking about how we were beating them by 20, and they came back and knocked it down to like 6 points, and I was sitting in there like this. Oh Jesus, the Pacers.
Well, remember, if it wasn't for a travel that Paolo had did, they would have won that game. But they didn't call it travel. He definitely double stepped, and then but he bucked he banked the shot.
But not by NBA standards. NBA standards, you can take like 6 steps and stuff like that before
That's
you
true because they allow James Harden to take about 8 steps a game.
Yeah, you know what
Bron
I'm
does
saying?
about 6.
I mean, that and you can dive into players' legs while they're running down the court, and you can win games that way too.
That too.
But anyway,
you play tackle football and basketball.
Yeah, they out there Joe playing rugby. But anyway, yeah, man. You see how we talked about everything but the Blazers just a second ago?
Exactly.
That's how important the Blazers are, man. Like they are not. Yes, Tom, that you're right. The refs should have been in the doghouse for back-to-back games with the Knicks, right?
Yeah.
Now, I know we're talking about the Blazers, but I need to talk about the Knicks real quick. How do you come in there and get a play for you one game and come back the next game and complain about another play and some you want them to come in there and relook at this? Man, the Knicks are like my sub people. They like right outside the house of the being in their doghouse. How you come in there and you get a gift and then you want another gift? Be quiet. It ain't Christmas every week. Anyway, but anyway, yeah, I don't know, man. The Blazers just gonna be the Blazers. It's a race for the bottom. Everybody's trying to go to the bottom so they can see. Now, I think they all trying to get that kid out of Tennessee. But anyway, just saying.
Yeah, that dude is nice. Definitely
Just saying.
nice.
Anyway, that's it. You can move on. We can drop the mic on that team.
Well, as my brother said, we dropping the mic. Portland Trailblazers. You're trailing
nothing.
You're trailing to the doghouse. So you get the call that everyone gets. Welcome to the doghouse. My guy, you in the doghouse. All right. Now we move